The information that will be shared in this video, it's my understanding, my practice, but more important, my experience. So don't take anything that is going to be said here as the absolute truth. If you resonate with anything that is being said, you can put it into practice and let your experience determine the validity of what is being shared here. Having said that, enjoy this video. Hello, welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it Dealing with Life's Challenges. Well, first of all, we have to remember that non-duality have nothing to do with whatever happens in the world of appearances, because actually it's all a projection. Interestingly enough, I do bring these topics because in the world that we appear to be, where it seems as though there's a me and there's the world, there seems to be all sorts of situations and seeming challenges that the mind interprets them as different. So what I would like to do, without never deviating from the ultimate pointer, which is the reminder of who we truly are, I'll tell you three quotes, one from Ramana Maharshi, the other one from the Bible, and the other one from A Course in Miracles, and I'm pretty sure that I can find some variation of that in every single philosophy. But the first one would say, or the first one says, whatever is destined not to happen will not happen, try as you may. Whatever is destined to happen will happen, do what you may to prevent it. This is certain. The best course, therefore, is to remain silent. That is from Ramana Maharshi. From the Bible, we could use, seek you first the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all of the things will be added unto you. And the third one from A Course in Miracles, it says, every problem, every situation, it's solved the same way and with the same approach. You see, so technically speaking, it's addressing globally that no matter what the challenge seems to be, it's always addressed in the same way and the same approach. The ways addressed, according to what these videos are about, is to remember who I am. You see, in recognizing that I am, then I have to recognize that everything is a part of me. Now, dealing with challenges, quote unquote challenges, within the world of illusion, this is how I see it. And again, I'm going with these same approaches. And this is it. I have asked this question in previous videos, and I'll ask it again. What is previous to a thought? Remember, if you answer the question, that is a thought, you see. So technically speaking, I'm not seeking for an answer, I'm leading you to an experience, which is the present moment experience. So I'm going to ask you again, what is previous to a thought? There's really no answer. Within the context we're speaking here, what is previous to a thought is the field of infinite potentiality. You see, of all possibilities. The problem is that when we are identified with thought, and thought is what interprets things as challenges, because it made the first interpretation, which is I person, I body, and therefore now I have all these problems. But see, previous to a thought, all that there is the field of potentiality. of infinite possibilities. So the challenge is that instead of we trust the field of all possibilities, which is who we are, we trust the thought. You see? And then we think that to deal with problems we have to go to thinking, because thinking is going to tell us what to do in each quote-unquote different situation. But there's no such thing as different situations, because there's only one essence. When you're dreaming, when you're in bed at night, the only thing that there is the mind that is dreaming the dream. That's all there is, nothing else. Everything that seemed to happen, see, seemed to happen, which is a projection within that same mind, which is called the dream. Everything that happens in the dream may appear to have differences, but in reality it's just all one projection within that one mind. So in the dream you may seem to have all different problems, and then if the mind is identified with the dream, it also believes that each problem has to be solved differently, when in reality everyone, every single problem, or every single whatever you want to call it, is solved in the same way, remembering that it's all a dream. And then you go back again to presence, to the mind, to the source, and then you realize that whether the dream takes the form of a financial situation, or takes the form of a health situation, or takes the form of a relationship situation, or takes the form of a global situation, it doesn't matter. When you wake up from the dream, all of them are immediately solved, which actually they are not solved, they disappear, you see? So within the world of illusion, where we appear to be, remembering who I am, just resting in that space of the I amness, that is how I no longer have any problems. Yeah, situations may appear, but they're not going to be perceived as problems. They will be seen as just a scene that is presented in this play, if you want to use that word. And then the question that I'm pretty sure you will ask, most people usually ask, okay, that sounds fine, I'm one with everything, but how do I deal with the situations? It's very simple. Pay attention. The answer is I don't know. While simultaneously there's a recognition that that which supposedly is projecting all of this will take care of its own issues. What does that mean? That as I'm resting in presence, knowing that I am, not that I personally do that, because I mean there's no one here, but within the context of the dream, as I just be, as Ramana Maharshi would suggest, just silence, or the Bible would say, just seek you the truth, seek you first the kingdom, or the Course in Miracles, it's all solved the same way with the same approach. Again, when I remain as being, which is what I am, I trust, it's the key word, I trust that life will move this instrument to do whatever may need to be done in each particular scenario. And that is what is referred to as spontaneous right action. It's a way of saying that spontaneity, you see, the spontaneous of the moment will bring forth an idea or a thought that will lead to the seeming solution of whatever the challenge or the situation may be. But it will be done without fear, because I know who I am. This is where this all is pointing to, you see? So within the context of the dream, there's a way of living in the world that is not of the world. That's what is referred to as living in the world, being not of it, or with a mind that is not of it. This is where all of this is pointing to. So in the end, this video is not to teach you, the seeming person, how to deal with your challenges. is pointing that you always are and has nothing to do with the world of appearances. And yet the practical side of this is that even within the world of appearances, when there's a recognition that I am, because that's all there is, then life, expressing through each one of its instruments, will do whatever needs to be done. But the important thing is that, again, I know who I am. And in knowing who I am, I live happily. I am experiencing the peace that passes all understanding. And whatever I quote unquote do, or this instrument seem to do, will be permeated with the fragrance of peace, with the fragrance of happiness. Because although I can perceive the dream, I am not believing in it. So this is what happened, this is the inspiration that expressed through this particular instrument. I hope it served. And now, as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.